So when Cat Williams told him he had an unhealthy allegiance to losers, we did not know that he would make that a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, it's really, truly unbelievable. The fact that Shannon Sharpe is 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds and was a lineman and all this, and it took a 23-year-old white woman, it took some 23-year-old white coach to take him out.
Shannon Sharpe is officially out at ESPN, and not by his own choice. The sports network has decided to cut ties with the former NFL star and outspoken media figure, and it all went down just days after a serious lawsuit was reportedly settled. A woman identified only as Jane Doe accused Sharpe of sexual assault and battery, twice in October 2024 and again in January 2025. According to her claims, Sharpe allegedly displayed disturbing behavior, including threats and aggressive control.
Why you shouldn't feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. This dude Shannon Sharpe told his daughter that she had a max budget of $30,000 for her wedding, but was out here paying for freak time with an OF model. This dude Shannon Sharpe literally retired an OF model, and it's so obvious that this was her plan from the beginning. Step 1, get into a BDSM relationship with Shannon Sharpe. Step 2, record all the evidence of Shannon Sharpe playing into this BDSM relationship. So over the course of however long they were doing this BDSM bullshit, she gathered all the evidence and then used it against him. Even Shannon knew he was cooked. There's a reason why he tried to offer her $10 million to keep quiet instead of going to court. He is damn near 60 years old as a black man, about to go to court with a 20-year-old that has a mountain of evidence on him because he was participating in a bullshit ass BDSM relationship. I'm surprised she didn't get the full $50 million. Arguably the funniest part about this situation is that Shannon would always try and lil bro Ocho Cinco by saying, oh, he's not professional enough to make it on ESPN. Whole time Shannon let his freakiness get himself fired from one of the cushiest jobs in the world. Say Lakers in 5 and then get paid $100 million.
Sharpe didn't stay silent. Through his legal team, he completely denied the accusations, calling the lawsuit nothing more than a shakedown and insisting that everything between him and the woman was fully consensual. He made it clear he wasn't backing down, maintaining his innocence as the legal drama unfolded. Shortly after the allegations became public, Sharpe made a big announcement. He was stepping away from his high-profile ESPN gig. He released a statement saying, "At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties." He claimed he needed to focus on his family and handle what he called false and disruptive allegations being thrown at him. At first, ESPN backed him up. The network said it was a serious matter and that they supported his choice to take time off. But now, the tune has changed completely. ESPN isn't just waiting for him to come back, they've shown him the door. What's even more curious is that Sharpe had confidently stated he'd be back by the time NFL training camps kicked off. Yet when asked if he'd really be returning, ESPN refused to give a straight answer. Something clearly changed behind the scenes. Whether it was pressure from executives, backlash from the public, or new details from the lawsuit, ESPN is done keeping the door open. And just like that, one of the loudest voices in sports media has been silenced, for now. As soon as the news hit the internet that Shannon Sharpe was no longer with ESPN, social media lit up, and it wasn't pretty. People weren't just talking about the scandal, they were digging into old interviews, cracking jokes, and dragging up warnings he was giving right to his face.
Crazy stats. So the OnlyFans girl that Shannon Sharpe was messing with settled for $23 million. Now, mind you, they were only dating for a few months. And Shannon Sharpe played for 14 years in the NFL and put his body through a tremendous amount of stress and the potential brain damage that he probably received from the stress from playing in football. And he received $22 million, but this girl received $23 million settlement. That's a big enough stat where every athlete should be celibate. You guys should just be celibate till y'all get married, or you guys haven't signed the prenups and then get married. You guys, that's a big enough stat to be celibate, because that is crazy.
And guess what? A lot of folks pointed fingers at Sharpe's own choices, saying he should have listened to the advice he got live on air from guests like Cat Williams and Monique. One user jumped on the ESPN firing announcement with a Sharpe post. Monique warned him. That comment sparked a whole thread of people reposting her past Club Shay Shay appearance, where she openly gave him solid advice about how messy relationships can get. especially when fame and power are involved. Another post went viral quoting Cat Williams from his headline-making appearance on the show. Cat Williams told Shannon Sharpe, "Them white women will take your rabbit egg down in 2 weekends." Shannon laughed it off and said, "Come on, Cat."
I wonder what was going on through Shannon Sharpe's mind when Cat Williams told him those type of women could get you taken down in 2 weekends. I wonder what was going on through his mind when Monique was sitting there telling him to get away from the younger women.
After settling the lawsuit with that girl that filed these allegations against him, Shannon Sharpe just got fired from ESPN. And that's on him because as a 50-something-year-old man, you worked your ass off to get yourself to that position where you were about to get a $50 million contract. But you allow your sexual desires to ruin that for you. Because someone your age messing with a 19, 20-year-old girl made no sense. The same way how we tell women to not date men just for money, because sometimes those men that have the money have shitty character. It's the same way we should tell men that have money that you should not just date a woman just for her looks, because sometimes those women that look good have shitty character. On top of losing that $50 million contract, I'm sure his nightcap show on YouTube is probably going to take a big hit as well. Because if you think about it, a lot of sponsors are not going to want to work with him, even though he settled the case. Moral of the story, men, when you become extremely successful, find ways to control your sexual desires.
Now fast forward to 2025, and just like that, Sharpe is out at ESPN less than 2 weeks after his lawsuit was settled. The irony wasn't lost on the internet. Users weren't done there. One wrote, "Cat Williams and Monique tried to set him straight, but his own arrogance got in the way. He didn't listen." That comment was reposted hundreds of times, with others adding their own spin. The general consensus, Sharpe had been warned and he brushed it off like it didn't matter. Another viral post added some humor with a sting of truth, saying, "Monique is somewhere reading this Shannon Sharpe news like, and attached was a gif of the queen of comedy herself, rocking a cold, disappointed glare pulled straight from her Club Shay Shay episode. It's wild how moments from past interviews have come back around like prophecy. Social media is making sure Sharpe doesn't forget the signs he ignored." Under a clip from the Club Shay Shay interview with Sharpe, one user dropped a hard truth that hit different. "Stop saying that woman ruined Shannon. Shannon's lack of self-control and discretion ruined Shannon. That's what ruins most of y'all." That comment took off fast, with a ton of people agreeing and adding their own takes. Another user didn't hold back either, writing, "Shannon Sharpe retired that OnlyFans girl before his own family, and now he got fired. Brutal." But the backlash didn't stop on social media alone. Over on X, formerly Twitter, the convo exploded with even more heated takes. Commentators and online personalities chimed in, and a common thread started to form. Sharpe didn't just get caught up in drama, he let his own choices bring him down. Most folks blamed him for lacking self-discipline, saying he prioritized the wrong things at the peak of his career. Plenty of those same voices circle back to Cat Williams and Monique, dragging up clips where they tried to warn him publicly. And now, with everything falling apart, people are holding him accountable for brushing off those warnings like they didn't matter. The vibe online is clear. A lot of this could have been avoided. People aren't blaming anyone else. They're pointing the spotlight directly at Sharpe himself. The common message? This wasn't a takedown, this was self-sabotage. So with ESPN officially cutting ties and the internet turning every quote and moment into a viral clip, the question is, what's next for Shannon Sharpe? Will he bounce back, or has he fumbled the biggest bag of his media career? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking news and comedy updates right here on the channel.
When Cat Williams told him he had an unhealthy allegiance to losers, we did not know that he would make that a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, it's really, truly unbelievable. The fact that Shannon Sharpe is 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds, and was a lineman and all this, and it took a 23-year-old white woman, it took some 23-year-old white coach to take him out. Girl, you can't make it up. You really just cannot make it up. This is why when I say lust will literally ruin your legacy, lust will really ruin your life. This man was talking about how he's not giving his daughter money. I don't care, this and the third, him and his big bell pepper nose and all this cooning for them people. Not only did he pay that lady off, they also said, wait a minute, buddy, you can go ahead and log out for me. This is exactly what he get. Everybody like, oh, don't kick him while he's down, nigga. It's boots on the ground season. Did y'all not forget?